What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some things that are common in Europe that we don't have here in the United States. So, today I really want to take a look at this Reddit discussion where somebody asked, what are some normal things for Europeans that Americans don't know about or don't have? And after seeing this question, I'm really curious now. I think it'd be very interesting to see what this is all about. What do you guys have over there in Europe that we don't? What are you holding out on us? What are all these secrets? So let's take a look here. Starting with the price on the sticker is the price you pay. The price on the sticker is the price you pay? Really? Like at the grocery store. Like whenever you go out and you're buying things, the price is actually just the price. So you guys must have tax. Is that included in the sticker price? I think that's what this is saying. That sounds, oh my god, that sounds amazing. Because here in the United States, it is so annoying. I mean, to be really honest, you get used to it living in the United States. You get used to it. When you go to a store, whatever price you see for that item, you are going to have to mentally add on like some tax because you're going to pay extra when you bring it up to the front of the store, to the cashier, and they ring it up. Then the real price comes up. So you never quite know what you're going to pay till you bring it to the cash register and pay for it, which is really annoying. It's kind of dumb, like when I stop and think about it. It's really just one of those things that we do here in the United States that is kind of stupid, and we just don't even think about it because it's just normal. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know about this, but here in the United States, when you're buying anything like a TV, they always put the price so it ends in 99. Like if you're buying a TV, it would be 3.99 and 99 cents. They do because they think that makes it sound cheaper if it's under 400, so they do 399.99. And that you see that everywhere in the United States. And the truth is, it does cost 400 something dollars when you add on the tax, but they're allowed to put whatever they want as the sticker price. Anyway, the idea that in Europe, the price that you see on the sticker, that is the final total price that you're going to pay. That sounds amazing. That would be so nice. I don't. Yeah, this is just something that a lot of Americans don't even think about anymore because we just like have accepted it. Yeah, that that is definitely something that we don't have here in America. Wow. Okay. I thought this list was going to be like things or objects that Europeans have that Americans don't, but this is more than that. This is like how you do things as well in Europe and how it's different from America. We don't do things like this, even if it makes more sense. Um, so those exterior window shutters that can also serve as blackout curtains? What? I don't know how common they are around Europe, but I'm very jealous of these. What is this? Exterior window shutters that are also blackout curtains. This, maybe I can get like a picture of this on Google or something. If I Google this, let's look at some images. Okay. Oh, okay. I now this kind of window shutter thing, I really have only ever seen this in like TV and movies and film. You don't see this in real life. Like I can't even remember. And if if you do see this in America, usually the shutters are fake and you can't move them, you can't shut them. They're not real. So here in America, you don't see this very often. I have seen this on TV, and usually these are purely decorative. They're not functional at all. They don't move. But in Europe, you can actually shut these. Imagine imagine that. Now that I think about it, this is probably the way that this was supposed to be. These were supposed to be functional shutters that shut and provide protection from the sun. And are these common in Europe? Because it sounds like they look very nice and they offer a practical like use. So yeah, I'm kind of jealous of that too. Yeah, that's like a weird thing that we don't have in the United States that would be very easy to do. We could have that. We just don't. That's why is it like that? I don't know. All right. This is really interesting. In Europe, cashiers sitting down. Really? The fact that they have to stand up in America seems cruel. I agree. I agree. Talk about another thing that Americans just accept as, oh, that's just the way it is. But really, when you think about it, especially now that I know in Europe, cashiers are allowed to sit down. Why don't we do that in America? I kind of know why. As an American, I've worked as a cashier when I was like very young, like a teenager. In America, sitting down at a job like that is considered lazy, which is so stupid when I think about it. Like, your job is to just be friendly to the customers, to scan the items, to put things in bags. You can do all that stuff and be comfortable. You can sit down and, like, just because you're comfortable and you have a seat and you're not on your feet dying all day, that's a good thing. There's something wrong with American work culture where it's true. Here in the United States, you have to look like you're suffering. And then people will say, "Oh, they're doing real work. They're doing a good job because they're suffering." It's like so barbaric and unnecessary. Yeah, but it's true. In America, cashiers are not allowed to sit down. That is very, very unusual. They would have to have some kind of medical condition to be allowed to sit down. And I've worked as a cashier briefly as a kid. There's no way they would let me sit down. I would be called lazy. I like this in Europe. I like how Europe does this. You guys seem to have a lot more common sense about a lot of this stuff, actually. Letting your cashiers sit down. Yeah, I like that a lot. That makes so much sense to me. 2-year warranty mandated by law. Whoa. So, this is just for everything? Like everything that you buy, if you buy a washing machine, if you buy a TV, if you buy a car, what there's a 2-year warranty where you can like return it or get it fixed if it breaks. That, here in the United States, we have warranties, but that is up to the individual business to decide if they want to give you a warranty or some kind of deal. I had no idea that in Europe it was mandated. This is a law. Corporations have to offer a 2-year warranty. I mean, as a consumer, I really like that. That sounds great. It basically guarantees also that businesses give you a good product. That's a huge motivation for businesses to do a good job and give you a good product because they don't want you to come back and return it or use the warranty and get it repaired or so they're just going to do a good job and give you a high quality item from the beginning if there's a mandatory warranty. I didn't know that could be a thing. I didn't know that countries did that. That's really interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. Because sometimes in the United States, you buy things and there's no warranty and they break and they're poorly made and you're just out of luck. If it's a bad company, you're just out of luck. Wow. There's a lot of things that are common in Europe that make a lot of sense that we don't even think about here in America. Um, in Europe, there are pubs more than 250 years old. That's basically just saying Europe is really cool for being old. Like the United States of America, as a country, we are not like super old, or a couple hundred years old, but we're not super old. So we don't have, like castles and really old architecture, and we don't have 250-year-old pubs. We don't even have pubs. There are some places in America that try to imitate pubs. They call themselves pubs, but they're just an imitation of the real thing that you guys have. We have bars, but I've learned a little bit about pubs versus bars, and they're actually quite different. So I wish America had pubs. It actually sounds like a really, really cool thing. It's just like a total institution that our culture is missing out on, basically. Hedgehogs! Hedgehogs! Such cute fellas. Yeah, I mean, we are missing out on this, I guess. This is definitely something I've never really thought about. Our hedgehogs are common in Europe. Is that right? I had no idea. They can be very cute. It's funny because we only see hedgehogs in like books, children's books, and TV, and like documentaries about nature. And I've never actually seen a hedgehog in real life. But that's something we're missing out on that I don't think we can really get. That's just like, is the animal native to the country or not? So we we can't even get that. In Europe, there are properly covered bathroom stalls. I've heard about this. This is another perfect example of something in America that I did not know was weird. Um, Let me look up a picture of bathroom stalls in America. If you don't know, here they look like this, where there's big gaps on the top and bottom, and even the door doesn't fit very well. You can see through the slit in the door, and apparently in Europe, your guys' bathroom stalls are just much more private and proper and yeah. This is a very weird thing. I don't know why we do this. I really don't know why. It's like if you're in the bathroom, in a lot of American bathrooms, people can see your feet, they can see the top of your head, they can kind of look through the door slit and see, they could see you go into the bathroom if they want. Now, we're pretty good at like not doing that and being creepy, but some people are creepy. I mean, I really wish we had bathrooms like Europe. That's that is also something that we have just accepted as normal. That's not normal. It shouldn't be normal. In Europe, you have tilt and turn windows. They are better in every way. What? Tilt and turn windows. I understand the shutters. What is a tilt and turn window? What is this? How? Why? 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 What is the purpose of. You know what? You know what I'm realizing? Here in America, we have really gotten used to not using our windows. Like, windows are just decoration at this point. You might, like, open and close your blinds to let light in or not, but it's very rare to open your window or and we don't have the shutters and this is like a window that can tilt. Why? To open it a little bit or here in America we also use a lot of air conditioning. So when you run air conditioning all day, you don't really want to open your windows very much. I'm almost thinking in Europe, you guys have much more practical windows to help control the temperature of the house or something. Does that make sense? Could that be it? Um, the ability to force big tech to make customer consumer friendly changes instead of having big tech friendly changes. Oh, this is yeah, this is a big thing in America. In America, corporations and businesses have a lot of control. The government has very little oversight, which a lot of Americans think is good. And it allows us to be a very free, capitalistic market, which America has been successful in a lot of cases, but there's also a lot of cases where companies just in America completely screw over the customers. It's true. This is like a double edged sword. Um, American companies have a lot of freedom, but sometimes they have like too much freedom where they hurt the consumers with stupid decisions or stupid policies or if you're an employee, if you work at an American company, you don't get as good of benefits. I think benefits in Europe are a lot better than America, right? But anyway, this was really interesting. Like, I could just go on and on. There are so many random things that are just normal in Europe that aren't even, we don't even know about in America that we really should, because a lot of this stuff makes a lot of sense and makes life a lot better. This was really interesting. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on European things that we don't have in America. That or your thoughts are on any of the things that I learned about here. That'd be cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.